Hey guys, I just wanted to make this quick video. It's going to be my last video of 2015. Um, as you're watching this, it is here. I mean, I know in some places, if you're watching this overseas, it might already be New Year's, or you might be watching this sometime after the day I'm uploading this, I should say. But I just wanted to reflect on this year. It was kind of a good and bad year, in my opinion. A lot of good came out of this year. I got a lot more support this year. I kind of got to bond more with the people who were following me or subscribing to me. That was, I think, the best thing. Unfortunately, though, a lot of people that I knew that were very close to me this year, a lot of them we lost. And that was very sad. But this was so in terms of that, in terms of people that we lost this year, that I lost that were close to me, it was kind of a hard year. But at the same time, there was a lot of good that came out of it. I basically became a part of the fan film community, and that's another thing. This year was kind of the year that we sort of established a community of people who make fan films. A lot of people who make fan films argue. I don't agree with that a lot of the time, mostly because we're supposed to be a community, but at the same time, we're still a big family. I mean, we're gonna have arguments we're all gonna have arguments, but it it used to just be on YouTube. It would just be one guy who made a fan film. You'd kind of be on your own in terms of making a fan film, but now it's kind of gotten to that point where it's very much, a big family. I mean, you can get somebody else to help you out with a fan film. Like if you need somebody to make a cameo for your fan film, you can say to somebody else who makes a fan film. You can say to them, "Hey, can you film this cameo for me?" Or if there's somebody who is good at making title sequences and you're not, you can go to somebody. I can relate to that. You can go to somebody and say, "Hey, can you make a title sequence for me?" And it's just gotten to that point where again, it's there are many people in the fan film. It's just become a community, I guess I should say. I'll leave it at that. It's become just one big community, which it was not like years before. But now the fan films, um, the people who make fan films have sort of come together, especially the ones that make Spider-Man ones, and it's sort of we've sort of all become friends. I mean, we're basically one big family. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble wording this, but again, one of the highlights of this year that I'm trying to get at is that we became a family. Us as the people who make fan films, the normal schmoes who just had an idea. We all came together to help make that idea possible, and this was quite a year for fan films. I think last year, we had in the middle of the year we had Lost Cause, Spider-Man Lost Cause, and we at the very end of the year we got Intractable. And this year was really the year where fan films took off. This is really where I just announced this year and started working on my fan film, the Spider-Man, and a bunch of other people who who are just normal people. They're not the biggest billionaires in the world, but they got to make their own Spider-Man movies, and they got to basically put their image for Spider-Man on YouTube and other characters as well. And of course, there was the big controversial Power Slash Rangers fan film that came out, and that really revolutionized fan films as well. And it's just been a colossal for fan films in general. This year has been stellar. Now, for me personally, in terms of struggles like personal life, it hasn't been a great year. But, in terms of fan films, it's just been great. And also, this is the year where, I learned a lot, especially when it comes to hate. I used to get into this big fight with people who would hate on me. And now, I learned this year, just to kind of accept the hate. I mean, sometimes you can take it as constructive criticism, even if they say something really crude to you, like, hey, worst acting I've ever seen. You couldn't act your way out of a box, or you effing suck at acting, or something like that. You at least that can help you get better. Um, and a lot of times, when people hate on me, it's just um, flat out hate, not really helpful hate. But even then, it's just you start to learn to make a joke out of it, which is why whenever, if you look at some of my most recent stuff, like whenever somebody said something like, "Oh, you suck," or something like that, said something really really mean, which most people would be offended by, I just repost it on Instagram and say, "Ah, thanks, much love, brother." Um, but yeah, this was just basically my way of concluding 2015. Now, later tonight at midnight, I'm going to be doing a most overrated singer award of 2015. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's not really Spider-Man y, but I've done it all the years in the past that I've been on. 2012 was One Direction. 2013, the award went to Ariana Grande, and this was before I was popular, so it's just become tradition, which is why I'm doing it. But 2014 was Iggy Azalea, so we're gonna see who the most overrated singer award goes to this year at midnight. And also, I'll probably be doing episode 1 of Person of the Week tomorrow. It's gonna be, for those of you who didn't see my announcements video, I'm gonna be basically making this live series where either if you're famous, or if you have an opinion, you can come on, or if you have like something to say about your life, you can come on. Pretty much if you have something to say, or if you have like a fan film or an indie film you want to promote, you can come on here and you can do it. But the first episode is going to be Larry Chris from Multiversity Studios, he's going to be our first guest on episode 1. He's going to be the first person of the week. He's going to be talking about his fan series, Spider-Man Night of New York, and The Punisher, and we're going to ask him some questions, and, he's going to share some stuff, and it's basically just going to be a live interview, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, here's the thumbnail for the episode, which will most likely be happening tomorrow live, and, yeah, bye.